Hi, good day. Welcome to iTech 360 Security Management, and today we're talking about Cryptology Technology. So, first to begin, what is meant by the term cryptography or cryptology? Well, cryptography is associated with the process of converting ordinary plain text into unintelligible text and vice versa. It's a method of storing and transmitting data in a particular form so that only those for whom is intended can read and process it. Cryptography not only protects data from theft or alteration but can also be used for authentication. So the three types of cryptography. First we have symmetric key, which is an encryption system where the sender and receiver of the message uses single common key to encrypt and decrypt messages. Symmetric key systems are faster and simpler, but the problem is that the sender and receiver have to somehow exchange key in a secure manner. That most popular symmetric key cryptography system is data encryption system, DES. When we have hash functions, there is no usage of any key in this algorithm. The hash value with a fixed length is calculated as per the plain text, which makes it impossible for contents of plain text to be recovered. Many operating systems use hash functions to encrypt passwords. And the third one, asymmetric key cryptography. Under this system, a pair of keys is used to encrypt and decrypt information. A public key is used for encryption and a private key is used for decryption. Public and private key are different. Even if the public key is known by everyone, the intended receiver can only decode it because he alone knows the private key. So we have classical ciphers. Classical ciphers is just a type of cipher that was used historically but now has fallen, for the most part, into disuse. In contrast, in modern cryptographic algorithms, most classical ciphers can be practically computed and solved by hand. So one of the classical cipher methods we have here is substitution. This is basically a cipher that has been used for many hundreds of years ago. It basically consists of substituting every plain text character for a different ciphertext character. It differs from the Caesar cipher in that the cipher alphabet is not simply the alphabet shifted, it's completely jumbled. The simple substitution offers a very little communication security, and it will be shown that it can be easily broken, even by hand. In the picture below, you can see how each character in the plain text is replaced with the corresponding letter in the cipher alphabet. Decryption is just as easy by going from the cipher alphabet back to the plain alphabet. When generating keys, it is popular to use a keyword, since it is much easier to remember a keyword compared to a random jumble number of 26 characters. This other method is also a classic method of cipher. This is the transposition method. This method is basically, what it does is it rearranges the order of the letters in the ciphertext. So it doesn't change the letters in the text, it just rearranges. So an example of this, let's say I want to change or cipher the word rabbit. What it does is just changes the order of the letters. You see the same letters RABBIT, but it just rearranges it and ciphers it. Another classic cipher is also known as the Vernam cipher or the Onetime Pad. This is one of the most secure ciphers that have up to date, using the correct rules and following the correct steps. The cipher is unbreakable. So if you look at the image underneath, you would see that the plain text word is enigma and uses a keyword which is keyword is the keyword, right? And using the one-time pad, using the numbers, it adds the plain text and keyword and creates a cipher text. This is just a simple example of it. You could use any keyword you like and create a ciphertext. And the bigger the keyword is, obviously the harder it will be to solve the ciphertext. This method was also known as the one-time tape. The one-time tape was used in teleprinters and 5-level punch tape. Um, this can be safely sent via air without the risk of being deciphered by an eavesdropper. All the recipient has to do is mix the ciphertext with the same one-time tape to reveal the original plain text. There are only 2 copies of the tape, and both copies are destroyed immediately after use, and they are only used once. The run-in key cipher uses another way to generate the key stream to use with the tabular. Rather than using a keyword, the run-in key cipher uses a key text or a key book, which is agreed upon by both parties before any encryption takes place. The key stream is taken from this book, choosing a page and a line number to start at. This is then referenced in a known way within the ciphertext itself to let the receiver know where to start the key stream. So, example, if you want to use or cipher plain text, the plain text is where shall we meet and at what time. We could choose a book, choose a page, and choose a line from the page to use as the key stream or the key line. So after getting the page number and the line that you decided to use as a key stream, to use a tabular rector to cipher and to get the ciphertext. There are some more in-depth steps in which are taken to perform and to provide a proper ciphertext, but this is just a basic explanation of how it works. So here we have codes. Codes and a cipher is 2 different things. Normally a cipher changes the message on a letter by letter basis, while the code converts the whole plain text words or phrases into other words or numbers. Having said that, some ciphers do change around the plain text in order to cipher the text, and there are many different types of codes. Some examples of these codes are binary, ASCII, cipher, Caesar cipher, dice cipher, Morse code, etc. Most of these codes are very difficult to understand, but they do provide a very secure way of securing the messages. It is very hard to understand if you don't know the code. We have Steganography. Steganography is a technique of hiding secret data within an ordinary, non-secret file or message in order to avoid detection. The secret data is then extracted at its destination. The use of steganography can be combined with encryption as an extra step for hiding or protecting data. The word steganography is defined from a Greek word steganos, which means hidden or covered. Steganography can be used to conceal almost any type of digital content, including text, image, video, or audio content. The data to be hidden can be hidden inside almost any other type of digital content. The content to be concealed through steganography, called hidden text, is often encrypted before being incorporated into the cover text file or data stream. If not encrypted, the hidden text is commonly processed in some way in order to increase the difficulty of detecting the secret content. The technique used in this method is first the data is encrypted in some other way and then inserted using a special algorithm into the data that is part of the particular file format, such as a JPEG file or audio file or a video file. The secret message can be embedded into ordinary data files in many different ways. One technique is to hide data in bits that represent the same color pixels repeated in a row in an image file. By applying the encrypted data to this redundant data, and the result will be an image file that appears identical to the original image but has noise patterns of regular unencrypted data. So you have come to the end of my video. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment below and ask them. I will respond to them as soon as possible.